Bloop, 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 bloop. Testing. Probably fine. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Well, same thing as usual, except I'm gonna try some new music just like when we first started out. I want to see if it's gonna cause any issues or not. If it causes issues, we leave. If not, we get new options for the future, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna start off with just some quick sketches of the same character, because the painting is slowly starting to get stuck. I think, yeah, it's getting stuck on multiple fronts. I think primarily in terms of rendering, I don't have a good set of shapes that I really like, so everything going forward is gonna feel very shaky. And if the requirement is to be clean, the conflict inside is a very pain he has to work through. So I'm trying to break up the rigid thinking first, and then hopefully that's gonna lead somewhere. So we shall see. I have a lot of miscellaneous issues to work through, I think.
Shadows try to blur the view we see, but love like this was meant to be. We danced through doubt, broke every chain. Now nothing will feel the same. Every heartbeat found its place, like a rhythm only we could trace. Even when the silence came, kokoro dake ga hibiteta. You were the spark in all my flames.
I need to hop off this board soon. It's gonna kill my computer at some point, I think. Breaking is gonna take a while here.
No fear, no end, no yesterday, just hearts that never fade away. We made a world inside our trust, so stay最後に残るの only us. It's only us. It's only us.
Oh, hello, Circle.
In this universe, no more doubt, no more reverse. Even when the night feels long, you're the
Hello,
rhythm
hello.
to my song. It's only us. No need to
Another day, another struggle.
higher than the sun. As the galaxies combust, one thing
Getting kind of blind to anatomy, so it's not good. I have more issues like this. Nice, nice. Right, this is low priority here.
we chase the
Wait, is it nighttime for you again? I forgot. So you just woke up like you took a nap in the evening? Gotta do what you gotta do. Slept at 5 a.m. last night. I see. Yeah, on the weekends I tend to sleep pretty late like that. Just because I'm either playing with friends or I don't really want it to be over, like want the weekend to be over. Right? But it's such a fallacy because it's not like if I don't sleep, the time doesn't pass. So I just wake up even later into the next day and then feel like I lost even more of the next day. So it's a kind of stupid on my part, I think. Staying up late is great and all, I think. It's not really a problem inherently, it's just that the way I'm doing it, the reason why I'm doing it is not good. Yeah, I cannot see it. Yeah, I cannot draw big boobas. Alright, that's good, because I'm not fixing mine. I'm not trying to fix mine per se. It's just gonna be what it is. It is what it is. Target.
Colors fade to gray and all the dreams drift far away. I'll remember what you said. We don't lose, we just ascend. In the end, we're not truly gone. We live in echoes, we carry on. Even when we can't pretend, love will guide us to ascend. In the end, no need to fear what we lost still lingers near. This is not where we descend, we rise again. In the end. Underneath the fading sky, I learned to breathe. Every shadow whispers what I used to be. Coleta you can turn to light even in the dark. Your hand feels right through the silence. Hope still stays, guiding me through endless days. When the world begins to fall apart, I'll be the fire burning in the dark.
Can't see shit. I'm gonna dump this. My god, it's gonna take a while. I haven't drawn any anatomy stuff for a while, and then we've always been on photos, and now I'm not on photos. Yeah, it might be kind of hard. Let's reconsider this. Let's go for photo targets then. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the washroom.
Every promise echoes in my veins. Every loss has taught me not in vain. From the ashes, I will rise again. I'm broken, stronger than the pain. Here came all the shit when I lose my way. Your voice is the light that makes me stay. When the world begins to fall apart,
Yeah, circle. I saw your message before I left, but primary issue is that I don't feel it. I need to lock onto an idea. Like if you're starting at one point and you're going to another point here, it doesn't have to be a straight path, but there needs to be a path, right? And the easiest way is to follow a path that you already know. So I'd rather be locked onto this path as I'm progressing, instead of trying to form a new path, which sometimes which is necessary if you're going, like, say, beyond your area of expertise here, right? You will have to forge a new path beyond this point here. But in this case here, we should be operating within my limits, and if I don't feel the lock, it's going to come out to be some other point, perhaps. Most likely worse, if this is quality, if this is render quality. So I'm gonna just cancel it. Treat it as like a warm-up, as a bad idea. I'm just gonna nuke it, and then I'm just gonna move on. I don't know if these references are allowed. These are kind of spicy references.
cold, I'll light the way. When your hope is gone, I'll still remain. Don't let Tokimo by your side. You show
So don't know how realistic any of these photos are anymore.
I'll be the hero, even if I stand alone. Fighting for a love I've always known. Through the silence, through the fear I go. Keeping up to many, I'll be the hero.
This is one of the tamer ones, but I think this is AI or something. She's just standing in the middle of the fucking road. Those windows look kind of wonky. I don't know. This is the same pose. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are good references.
I held your hand in the pouring rain. We dreamed of life that slipped away. I wear a ring that hides the pain, but you're the one I can't betray. We had a love the world can't see, but I was forced to set you free. Now every vow feels like a lie. I smile but I'm breaking inside. I'm still yours though I said goodbye. And every
Yeah, I don't know what to target that one.
every cry, she's by my side, but not my soul. You're the one who made me whole. I let you go, but not my heart. You've been with me from the start. Your voice still lingers in my mind, like faded songs we left behind. They say the time will heal it all, but I still
Oh, the previous photo, right? I wouldn't be though. Like there is a lot of stuff like that. There are people making like a lot of enough money to make a good living by just catfishing people with AI photos. Because it's so consistent and so good now. And they can outperform all the actual models because, you know, they can cater to anyone for anything immediately. Hello, G-Talk. We have a lot of nonsense to work through. The main targeting on the other side here. No, never mind.
You're my river. Broke me soft, you broke me true, and left me shaped in shades of you. You were the current I couldn't fight, a flicker in the endless night. You filled the silence with your flood, and taught my scars to speak in blood. You're my river, wild and wide, crashing through.
Yeah, I still don't know where this is going on.
You're my river. We were young and wild, hearts open wide, running through the dark, no need to hide. Every step a spark, we lit the sky. You and I, we were born to fly. No fear when you're with me. We'll write our own destiny. Feel the fire in our veins. Tonight we break the chains. We're chasing the light out into the night. No holding back. We'll rise, we'll fight. Through the storm, we'll find our way. Hearts alive, we won't fade. We're chasing the light. Today's our day. Chasing the Lost in the rhythm, no turning back. Echoes of dreams on a one-way track. Every beat, every breath feels right. In your eyes, I see the sunrise. No fear when you're with me. We'll write our own destiny. Feel the fire in our veins. Tonight we break the chains. We're chasing the light out into the night. No holding back. We'll rise, we'll fight. Through the storm, we'll find our way. Hearts alive, we won't fade. We're chasing the light. Today's our day. We're not alone. This is our time. Together we'll cross every line. Through every fall, we'll stand again. This is forever, not just pretend. We're chasing the light out into the night. No holding back. We'll rise, we'll fight. No more shadows, just the flame. From the ashes we reclaim. We're chasing the
We said it wouldn't hurt this way, but silence cuts more every day. You left your shadow in my room like the echo of a fading tune. And now I'm drowning in the sound of all the things we never said out loud. Still chasing dreams we left behind. What if this was the last time I feel alive? What if we could turn around before we say goodbye? And what if we still need it, but time won't let us try? What if I could hold you once before we
Hello, Yugami. Where sequence needs to line up. Line up, line up. What? Trying to draw with my left hand while posing with my right hand here. Kinda tricky because I need to balance my tablet. There's a good chance I drop my tablet because the forces are not even on it. So it will be a bit more like this. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I draw the thing first? I'm trying to make her hand hold a Ken in the hand in a nonchalant way. My god, this is bad. Alrighty.
Shadows try to bind, but they can't take control. Every scar I carry only makes me whole. Buried in the silence, I can hear the sound. The rhythm of my soul beneath the underground.
Long ass hand. I guess I would just have to go lower.
Underground. In the silence I still breathe. In the darkness I believe. Every shadow fades away. I'll see the morning break the chains. Underground. chasing lights in empty aisles, forgetting who we really are. But I see the truth behind your eyes, a storm you never let collide, and every crack inside your soul is where the light begins to grow. Beautiful people, broken but real, hearts made of stardust, learning to feel. We're not flawless, we're made from the fall, but in the ruins we rise through it all. We've been dancing through the flames, trying to outrun the blame, but the ashes spell our names, and that's how we find our way. You don't need to hide the pain, it's a part of what remains. Wounds that whisper who we are, glowing like forgotten stars. Beautiful people, broken but real, hearts made of stardust, learning to feel. We're not flawless, we're made from the fall, but in the ruins we rise through it all.
Today is I want to continue doing what we usually do. It's just that we're definitely getting very stuck. I'm starting to push the limits, and then the problem is I don't have anything to work with. Like, I don't have any good shapes that I want to work with, to put down. So I'm starting to get very doubtful, and then it's slowly starting to everything's slowly starting to get like really stuck. So I'm trying to see if like doing some kind of figure stuff would be helpful. There's many things that doesn't really work, because I don't know like all these big booba thingies. So those things are causing some issues.
I saw your light beyond the stars, a whisper floating through the dark. You pulled me from the edge.
For the most part, I think like it's nowadays it's a little bit clearer as to why I'm getting stuck and stuff like that. Why am I not drawing? What the hell? Oh, because I locked it. Because I'm not drawing the right layer, right?
We lived inside an endless dream. Every heartbeat, every cry, painted sparks across the sky. Even if it fades with time,
This lower.
forever in my mind. We're chasing light in memories through shattered time and silent seas. Even when the dawn is gone, our echoes
Yeah, but definitely art high, art low, like at least like the mood, man, is always swinging like crazy. Because it's like, oh shit, I can't do this. Oh no, I can't do this. Oh wait, I can do this? Nah, I don't think I can do this. It's just non-stop going back and forth. But whenever stuff like this happens, I think back in the past, and it used to be so much worse, right? Because, like, you know, in the past, you're worse, I was worse. So in general, the mood is always lower. It's kind of crazy that we gotten this far. Not just me, but every single one of us. It's very in Japanese is kuyashi. Right? I don't know what in English is. It might be translated as frustrating. But kuyashi is slightly, I feel like it's slightly different because it means like it was you're. Let me see if I can translate it. Regrettable, mortifying, vexatious. What the fuck does that word mean? I've never seen that word before. Yeah, maybe disappointing and frustrating combined. I think Kuyashi is a little bit more closer to that because frustrated has a bit of like, oh my god, I'm getting angry, you know, I'm getting frustrated, I'm angry. But then Kuyashi has a more of a melancholy, more of a sad vibe. So it's like, for example, when you are so close at winning the race, you're so close, you're like one step slower. That is Kuyashi. That is, it's not necessarily disappointing, it's not necessarily frustrating, but it's both, right? It's not just either or, it's both. And that's kind of how it feels like. It's like I've been toying at this for so long, and yet we are still kind of like here, you know, like this is not necessarily a bad place to be, but you know, really, like we're still here kind of thing, you know, I still can't draw this, I still can't draw that kind of. The other arm is weird because I don't know why it's so low. The thing is, yeah, if I had more time and to work on art, that would be nice. But I don't have any more. This is all of it. This is it. I'm actually at my max. Beyond sleeping, beyond working and commuting, making some food or buying food and eating food. All the other time is pretty much all on art. Is it the end of the playlist? No, it just got paused by YouTube. And of course, we're still so far away. A gentle ghost in every night. The echoes dance inside my chest of days we love and all the rest. Time drifts like a silent stream. That shoot too big. Kind of big, isn't it? Yeah. That arm is the main problem. Everything else kind of works. Maybe this part is too short. I think that's feel a lot closer, but I don't know if that's because of the big bobas. Lamau. It's not like at work you get assigned one. In my company you have to apply and then you get assigned a spot. This arm looks so broken, man. Almost halfway point though. まだ足りないってこと? How far up does it go?
Sky was carved in silver lines, as if your soul still paints the night. I wandered through the
Kinda insane. Maybe the Bulbous is just way too big, I don't know.
breath led back to you. You were the light they couldn't name, a pulse beneath the winter flame. When silence drowned the world in gray, you lit the dark and showed the way. You're my aurora through the storm, where shattered stars are being born. A spectrum rising in my chest, where grief and hope can coexist. Your shining colors I can't speak, in places where my heart feels weak.
Yeah, no Booba raps directly here.
Burning slow in my veins, calling through the rain.
Oof.
I trace your name in falling snow, a ghost that still refuses cold. You're carved in every silent hue, the dawn still brings the shape of you. You were the light they couldn't name, a pulse beneath the winter flame. And when I break beneath the weight, you hold the pieces in your grace. You're my aurora through the storm, where shattered stars are being born. A spectrum rising in my chest, where grief and hope can coexist. Your shining colors I can't speak, in places where my heart feels weak. You are the sky I'm waiting for. You're my aurora. Guide me where the dark won't stay. You're my aurora.
Nice, dude, nice.
If ever I dissolve in night, let me be drawn into your light. You're not a memory but flame, a fire I'll never name. You're my aurora through the storm, where shattered stars are being born. You color silence with your glow, and teach the frozen world to grow. You shine in places I can't reach, yet every tear pulls you to me. You are the dawn I'm living for. You're my aurora. Do you feel it still? The light we made fell into your eyes like the sky knew my name. Golden hour froze, everything changed. We were sparks in the rain, no map, just flame. The world was white, but you felt like fate. We carved our names in moments, didn't need forever to mean it. Even now I'm falling through the sound of how you said it. First memory,
this calibration will show that. We'll see.
Fireworks fade, but the silence stays. Still hear your laugh in the echo haze. You were gone in a blink, but I replay every frame like it's today. We made time stand still in a flash of something real. Even if we never go back, you're the reason I still feel. First memories, you're the light that I still chase in my dreams. Every note of you still plays through me. I'm drowning in the way you breathe. Ooh, first memories, still crashing in my sleep. Can't turn to the stars we lit. No goodbye can silence it. Even time and miles can't erase your thoughts. Memories tattooed in the sky in every beat. You're the sound that keeps waking me. Even ghosts know what we mean. Ooh, first memories, you're still burning in me.
Just, yeah.
First memories, you never really leave. I found you where the silence breaks between the stars and our past mistakes.
Yeah.
Your eyes like echoes in the dark, calling me home, lighting a spark. Time may try to pull us far, but you're still written in my scars. And when the world begins to fall, I'll be the one to catch it all. So stay in my arms, don't fade away. We'll burn like the dawn through all the gray. Even if the night tries to tear us apart, you'll still be safe here in my heart. Your heartbeat is a melody that plays inside the depths of me. We've walked through storms with shattered skies, but still we shine, still we rise. No shadow strong enough to hide the love that lives beyond the tide. So if you break, just take my hand. I'll help you learn to stand again. So stay in my arms, don't fade away, don't fade away. Still feel your echo in the air, like shadows dancing where you used to care. The pictures on the wall don't speak your name, but I can't look away, it's all the same. Every memory's a ghost I chase, every heartbeat leaves a trace. We were fire, now it's cold, a story left untold. We faded, like the stars before the dawn. Like a dream, you wake and then it's gone. We were golden, we were light, now I'm lost inside the night. We faded, and I'm still holding on. Whisper caught in winter wind, I try to reach but you slip again. Our song plays low on distant waves, but every note just digs the grave. Every step I take I fall, trying to hear your voice through it all. We were thunder, now it's rain, drowning in the pain. We faded, like the stars before the dawn. Like a dream, you wake and then it's gone. We were golden, we were light, now I'm lost inside the night. We faded, and I'm still holding on. Fading like the sky at the end of time. You were the light I couldn't fight. And if I could turn the page, would you stay or drift away? All that's left is just a trace of what we were, of yesterday. We faded, but I still see your face in every corner of this place. We were golden, we were light, now I'm dancing with the night. We faded, but you still burn in me.
Running through the static in my head, the noise fades out but your words stay instead. The ground moves and somehow I'm alive. Through the red we still survive. If the world starts tearing apart, would you still stand by my side? Even when the day turns dark, would you fight? When the sky is falling, don't let go. We'll burn bright even when it's cold. Every tear turns into gold. You and I, we still hold. Pull me close beneath the rain. Every loss lights up again. When the sky is falling, don't let falling through the light. Through the haze I see your eyes again, a quiet storm beneath your skin. We don't need forever to begin, just one breath to let it in. If the world starts tearing apart, would you still stand by my side? Even when the day turns dark, would you fight? When the sky is falling, don't let go. We'll burn bright even when it's cold. Every tear turns into gold. You and I, we still hold. Pull me close beneath the rain. Every loss lights up again. When the sky is falling, don't let go. You and I, we still hold. You and I, we still falling through the night, falling through the light.
Not a bullet. Not a good idea.
Midnight lights, we're side by side. Kimi no me ni utsuru light. Your hand in mine. Time stood still. この時ずっと忘れない。We break through every wall. 傷だらけでも we rise when others fall. You and I, we've seen it all. This is all we hold. Memories that won't grow. Even in the darkest night, 心は still shining bright. No one else can see what you truly mean to me. We may stumble, we may cry. でも離れない。
That doesn't make sense. Oh, why is there not enough space? This target must be a bit low.
Rain keeps falling, but we glow. 重ねた声が導くよ。Every scar becomes a flame that writes your name across my soul. We break through every wall. 何があっても we rise when others fall. You and I, we've seen it all. This is all we hold. Memories that won't grow. Even in the darkest night, 心は still shining bright. No one else can see what you truly mean to me. We may stumble, we may
Hello, George.
cry. でも離れない。If the stars fade from the sky, I'll still find you.
We still don't have any reply here from the artist. I wonder if I should send another message again. Cool.
This is all we hold.
I think it would be we should ask to see if this artist is available. Hey, do you know this artist? Yeah, they hasn't replied me in my message. Could you let them know that I'm looking for them? Oh wow. The other option is to move this leg up. That can be arranged as well if you want.
I gave you all the light I had inside. Watched it fade beneath the rising tide. We built a world and let it fall.
You like it? I don't really like it. I have to be honest. Today, I think either I'm missing the mark or I am just really tilted. There's always that problem, you know, like you're evaluating everything with your own sense, right? Like, but human senses are very easily affected by mood and stuff like that. So it's hard, you know, sometimes to evaluate, to know whether if it's just objectively bad or it's just because you're subjectively tilted. Something about this doesn't look right. I don't know what. I don't like this. The boobas are kind of messing me up because I don't know how it's supposed to look like. I also moved the leg up a lot higher than before. We have an opportunity here to make the boobas interact with the thick thighs, which is great and all. Except that I don't know how the physics is gonna work, you know. So it makes it kind of hard. This part is very congested. If I were to just ignore all of that though, because I do want to get back to our color thing. At this rate, we're gonna not have time for that. So yeah, I might have to compromise on the quality here and just go for it. Yeah, like this thing here. I'm gonna just do it like that then. It just feels really sagged. Does it though? Does it though? I don't know. Anyways. Maybe I should follow the original's perspective. Curve the other way.
Dreams fade too, not even love. Not even love could save the truth. Not even stars could.
So we're trying new music here. It says in the original video that it's okay to use in studies and work streams and like light and what was it called? Lo-fi. I don't know what did it say? Use this music for emotional video edits, chill night driving, anime AMVs or story scenes, background music for focus for all writing, personal reflection and healing. I don't know if that means that I can do it on stream or not, but I actually maybe this is all AI. I think it did say that it's altered or synthetic content. There's a tag here. I think this might make more sense, I think. When the sky turns midnight blue, I'll be racing back to you. I run to you through the fire, through Right.
the rain, no matter where you're calling
I should just ask other people to post for us, you know.
my name. When
This, yeah, this distance here looks so close. Is why this is feeling so weird. It should be higher, I think. Because there's quite a... Actually, it's not that much... I guess it's not that big of a gap, though. Maybe let's neutralize this curve here. I'm gonna knock this curve out. I'm just gonna make it straight here.
flashing lights and city noise,
And then I'm just gonna call it. Oh, I actually don't know what to do with the hand here, actually.
even when the world moves fast, you're the one thing made to last. Every heartbeat leads me home. No more nights spent all alone. In the dark, your truth shines through. I'll be running back to you. I run to you through the fire, through the rain. No matter where you're calling out my name. When I'm lost, you're the light I hold on to. No second thought. I run to you. Run to you every time, through the storm, through the climb. Run to you day or night. You're my reason, you're my light.
It kind of sucks that it's still a struggle.
Never sign, your heart is the
But it is what it is.
finish
Let's see.
line. Even if the road feels new,
At least I don't need these
I'll
guys anymore.
always run to you. I run to you through the fire, through the rain. No matter where you're calling out my name. When I'm lost, you're the light I hold on to. Forever now.
Passive lock, I think. Sonata sempre.
Drifting slow in silver rain, a quiet storm beneath my skin. Shadows dance on ocean's face, where memories begin again. I hear your voice like distant thunder, calling me to dive in deeper. 1,000 miles beneath the sky.
It's so stupid how much of a struggle this is. I don't know why it's such a struggle. The tendency to be like, oh man, I want different lines, I want cleaner lines, but it's just so hard to execute something that isn't yours. And it's not like everyone else's lines are necessarily that much cleaner at times too, so even the ones that it appears clean, like if you zoom in, it's like, oh really is. But
Crashing light and sapphire hues, a pulse that trembles through the tide. I reach for all we couldn't choose,
Right,
but
please.
love was never meant to hide. I hear your voice like distant
I need to unlock that key.
calling me
Pain, yes, it's getting stuck.
deeper. 1,000 miles beneath the sky, where silence starts to cry. drown, let it be in the echoes of your gravity. Even if the stars forget, I won't let go just yet. Beneath the deep cloud water, I still believe in what we made. Through the dark I feel you closer, a light that never fades. I'm floating in the blue, forever drawn to you.
Oh my god. I just adjusted the tablet too. If I can record myself drawing, I can figure out why it's falling. There must be a position that I'm doing that isn't good. Are we 33 today? 233? It is, okay.
In the silence, I feel it bloom. Your light cuts through the endless gloom. Heartbeat racing in the dark. You ignite my fading spark. Close my eyes, I fall inside. Worlds collide, no need to hide. Pull me in, don't let me go. You're the fire in my soul. Make the skies, I'm present you. Hit the lows, make the skies. Only you can make me move. Can make me
It's nice of that. Especially when it becomes like that. It doesn't actually look that nice, does it?
every breath a spark anew. Every beat leads to you. Gravity can't hold me down when you're the pulse that shakes the ground. Close my eyes, I fall inside. Worlds collide, no need to hide. Pull me in, don't let me go. You're the fire in my soul. Lead the stars, only crazy you. Hit the lights, make the skies. Only you can make me move. Can make me
And
Yeah, it's
midnight
impossible to read.
fades, but your light stays like an afterglow I can't erase. You said goodbye without a sound, and now I'm lost where you're not found. I still feel your hand in mine, and echoes that rewind through time. The silence screams louder each day, but I still beg you not to walk away. Don't go, not tonight. Don't leave me fading in this light. Hold on, even if it hurts. We're more than all these spoken words. Don't go, I'm tracing ghosts and memories. Your sweater still on the back of the chair. I swear I smell you in the air. Time moves on, but I stand still, clinging to the way you made me feel. This love is bleeding, but still true. And all I want is one more night with you. Don't go, not tonight. Don't leave me fading in this light. Hold on, even if it hurts. We're more than all these spoken words. Don't go, please stay. I'm breaking more with every wave. If there's still a spark in your soul, don't go. Please don't go. You're all I know. Stay a while. Don't go. Say it's not too late for us. Say the fire didn't turn to dust. If there's still a chance, I'd fight the dark to hold you close, restart the spark. Don't go, not tonight. We're more than pain, we're made to fight. I cross the stars, I lose control. If it means I still could have your soul, don't go, not this way. I need you more than words can say. If love still echoes in your bones, don't go. Beneath these shifting lights, we lost the night. Every heartbeat ran into wonder. 鼓動が夜を咲くように響いた。The world was loud, yet I felt your touch pulling me close when it was all too much. その瞬間、僕は君に戻れた。Every second felt like fate. To pass crossing, no need to wait. Even when the shadows grew, 君だけは消えなかった。You were the truth I always knew. Before you go, just let me know. Did I ever cross your heart tonight? Before you go, don't fade so slow. Stay with me until the morning light. We're holding on, we're not alone. Even if the world drifts out of flow. Before you go,
That's true.
just let me know.
Should have just done it.
The city trembled in our hands, but somehow you can make it all stand still. Your eyes cut through the moving crowd. A quiet truth inside the sound. Every fear began to fade when you called my name across the masquerade. Even when the night within, 心だけが響いてた. You were the calm within my skin. Every moment found its place, like a map tracing our shared space. Even when the light grew cold, 君だけは離れなかった. You were the fire I could hold. Before you go, just let me know. Did I ever cross your heart tonight? Before you go, don't fade so slow. Stay with me until the morning light. We're holding on, we're not alone. Even if the world drifts out of flow. Before you go, just let me know. Breaking at the speed of light. Before you go, just let me know if I'm the one that's keeping you alive. We're holding on through every dawn, even when the galaxies move on. Before you go, you're still the glow.
Oh, sorry, George. I missed your message. Yes, I do remember our Duvet's favorite artist. You don't have to record. Oh wait, I'm guessing you're saying that they're gonna nuke their archive. They don't leave archives then, right? I the thing is, I don't know if necessarily watching their process would help, because we have seen some of their speed paints, and the primary issue for me was just that it would appear that, you know, like, how do I say this? Unless they're actively explaining why they're choosing the colors, if not, all they'll be doing is going with their instinct and then choosing colors that way. In which case, it doesn't really matter if it's recorded or not, but you still don't really know what's happening. Like, because you don't know why they are doing it the way that they are. Yeah, that's why it's so important to talk to the artist this time around as well with the thing, because I can see their layers. But the thing is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't know how else they set it up, because when they share that process, it's gonna immediately become clear. And I do appreciate what you're suggesting, though. I want to thank you for that. I don't personally think it'd be helpful, but if you want to record it anyways, we can still take a look on like a Friday or something. And art is very yeah, you know, don't necessarily try too hard, because I personally don't think it's that beneficial unless we are literally there following the process and asking them, hey, why did you do this? You know, and if they actually reply and stuff like that. Depends on how they see art, you know, like because the style is, if art is a source of income, I don't know if they would be that willing to share necessarily. Oh, you don't know. You never know, I guess. Oh man. Oh right, this goes through everything. I can't do that. Yeah, kind of forgot this part. Oops. Mm-hmm. Yeah, art is seriously a pain. Yes, oh my god. All the best to you, George. My god, bro. Dark. Yeah, it's kind of it's very tricky though to put the shadows. This needs a lot more iterations to really polish up. It's hard. Eh. If I'm being honest, I feel like this is kind of it too. Like this can be a good stopping point for this. So the primary argument against continuing would be it's gonna be very inefficient to push forward. Ignoring like emotionally, I don't feel like drawing this anymore. Ignoring that, this is technically where I can try and push beyond the existing limit, but it's gonna be highly inefficient because the best way to push limits is to focus on one part, right? And then just do studies and studies and studies and studies until you internalize some of the ideas and concepts and shapes. Then for that one aspect, you're now better. So in order to push this, to keep pushing this, we have to push a lot of fronts at the same time, and it's inefficient. And then the argument for doing this is that this is precisely the time where pushing makes sense, right? Because this is where we brought it up to our current sort of quote-unquote comfortable limit. It's not really that comfortable. To some extent, we've already tried to push that limit, but you know, it is always the last 20% that is the hardest, and that will also be the part that separates the sort of, you know, not necessarily amateurs, but the intermediate away from against like separate those from the truly polished high level mastery sort of level like Ask, right? So that's for and against. There's a few more like situational, circumstantial points, I think. One of them is that we are nearing December. If I do want to get this out before December, maybe it's good to just stop here. If we keep dragging this on, like especially if I start painting more and changing stuff, then potentially I will have to paint more stuff and change other things, and the whole thing might cascade again. Because we've already been, I've already kind of been pushing it a little bit. What else is there? Oh. What is my chart? Where's my chart? Where are my charts? Let me see. Yeah. It's not bad. It's just that it's kind of lackluster. Oh, hello, Layla. Please do try to hold back your excitement. This is Genshin music? Is the gray color from Ask? Sorry, what do you mean? Gray color? Like these colors? Wait, why is there like color here? What? Where is this from? Oh, it's this. What is this? Shadows on the legs? Wait, when you say from Ask, do you mean like, did I take that same shade of gray from Ask? Or do you mean that I take the idea of painting the shadows on the legs? Oh, sorry. Shadows on the... Okay, I'm stupid. I don't think it was from Ask. I think it was from one of these. Wait, let me think. I don't know if I actually took from these because I tried. I took from these. I tried to look at it, and then it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. And I think I undid it. I think the colors was slowly tuned over. Like if you look over here, there's a bunch of iterations here. I think I slowly tuned it over like the past week. The initial one to the next one to the next one to the next one. The main thing I learned from this, by the way, why I didn't like the original color rough over here. I know it's very small for you guys, but the main thing why I didn't stick with this is because the yellows were a little bit strong. So if I want the green, I want the white, and I want the purple, or like maroon, I still don't know what this, magenta. I had to desaturate that, which is why it slowly started getting more and more desaturated. And then over here, I guess, because the lines and everything had a little bit more color, I guess the saturation went back up a bit. It feels like it went back up, but it's mostly from the lines here. The color itself is very desaturated. Yeah, the yellow doesn't really fit this. I might lighten up the shadows a bit more, I'm not sure. The thing is, if the shadows are this dark, it makes me feel like I should have another mid-tone in between. I'm starting to slowly see the reason why I don't like the stuff that I draw. And it's because I'm always sort of sticking to this very strict separation between the different shades of gray, like the different values. Like the white parts is always, like if you look at the white part here, it's all white. It's just white, that's it. This part here and that part there is all the same. In this case here, I'm still willing to go ahead with this just because the whole setup here is like this, right? If you look at the background, it's all like that. So that's fair. But the stuff like the shadows and stuff, this is also all consistent across the board. Like these are all consistent. We have some sort of secondary light source on the bottom, but the part that is in the shadow is always the same value. So I think I'm gonna add some gradients to those. That's number one. And number two, you have only two blocks of colors here. You have the light part and the shadow part, that's it. If I look at any of the really sort of impressive looking ones, like something like this, right? So the other ones are cool as well, right? But I like this one more just because it's cleaner. The ideas are a little bit cleaner. And there's a lot more values in play. And I think that's the primary reason why I'm feeling like mine is kind of poo-poo. It's because I don't have enough steps yet. I might give the clothing and the white parts a try, since I do have the secondary step, the in-between step like here. This part is in between and that's there. The shapes are very messy. So that's the other part that adds to the whole... Yeah, the shapes are messy and all the edges are the same hardness, right? Whereas over here, you get soft edges and hard edges, as well as the shapes being a little bit more controlled. The only part where it's messy has very low value contrast, so it's very hard to notice, and it doesn't add to the noise. So I think that's why like I don't like what I have, and this is I think the first time I can verbally say why is it that I don't like this. So this piece, even if it's just even if I leave it off like this, I still learn something. A new avenue for exploration, shall I say, because it's not like I won't make this mistake again, right? But we at least have like a slight idea of where we can try to improve on next time. So, and then it brings me back to the point where as to whether if I want to continue this, because now is a great time to try to push the limit, since I am already at the step, right? Because in order to push the limit, you have to be at a position to push it. That means you have to do everything else already. And since we are already at this stage, you know, it is a great time to give it a shot. Again, though, we do have a time limit because we do want to get this out at some point. I don't think his avatar is quite ready yet. I think they're trying to sort out some stuff with respect to, for example, the, you know, what's it called? The different types of clothing that... So, like, for example, I just want to maybe explain a little bit about this, but if you're making a VR chat avatar, you want people to use it, right? But if you're selling it for, or if you're giving it out for free, you want people to use it because it's months and months and months worth of hard work. Because it's not just the modeling, there is the rigging, there is all the blend shapes for the mouth. Imagine every time you say something, the vowels that your mouth has to make, the shapes that the mouth has to make, the different expressions, textures, and all that. That's months and months of work. But if you want people to use it, you need to give them the ability to customize your model. And as a model maker, what you're doing is two things. Number one, you're making the file available so it can do whatever they need to do, people want to do. The number two thing is that you want to get others who have already made clothing to slightly modify their meshes and their setup so that there's a drag and drop, right? So instead of people having to come in and have to blend, if you're playing VRChat in the early days, you have to find a clothing that you like, and then you have to sort of go into Blender and use the tools to push the shapes around so that you can actually wear it on your character without having, I don't know, like your boobs going through the clothing, something like that. And that is a lot of effort, and most people cannot do it. It's very hard to do. I'm not saying it like so I can do it, I can't do it. It is very hard to do. And so what he's doing right now is he's trying to get a bunch of people to sort of make their clothings and stuff available, like work easily with this character. That's the stage of the process. Ideally, you get all of those things sorted out so that when you release it, it's all ready to go, right? People have a very good reason to get it. And in his case, he's making it free, so that is already a very good reason. But the competition is tough, you know, like it's hard to make an avatar, but it is also not necessarily that hard. Depends on the quality that you want to go for. It depends on some of the gimmicks and stuff and setups. It's not necessarily that hard, but I'm gonna try and just add some gradients and maybe call it, because I can try to push the limit, but realistically speaking, to get something that would look actually better than what we already have is extremely unlikely, because I will be in the thick of trying a lot of new things, and there'll be a lot of shapes and a lot of ideas that I wouldn't like. So it is a good avenue, it is a good position from here to keep trying. But because we have to submit this at some point, like presumably last week, and because spending more time in it it's unlikely to provide a better quality, I think logically it would mean that it's probably better to just finish this off, and then we can actually leverage the other one that we have before, paint number 6, to then continue that process of rendering, which is this one here, right? Working off of this one is probably a better idea, because this has no time limit, and this is also at a good stage where we can keep trying to push the limit. So we are going to cop out, I think, of this one, and then I am going to maybe return to this one to figure out some more details, especially on the characters rendering, because a lot of these shapes are really just a big splotch of colors, and that's kind of it. I think this is the most logical decision making. I can wrap this up, and then I have a consolation of this over here, right? So even if the other one's bad, we have more sketches. I can do sketches forever. Actually, this only took like an hour, I think, because I was struggling in the beginning for some anatomy stuff, and then we end up using a photo, and then I guess we're here. So this style is still delivering what is promising, which is just a very quick hit and run kind of situation where you just throw it out there and go for it. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, that's why I feel the way I feel. It's just that it feels like all these years, right? Like if you look at this and you look at some of the older ones that I did, I don't feel like it's gotten any better. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It don't feel like it's gotten any better. But I'm also not in the sort of like, oh man, like I'm in a slump and I don't feel like I'm improving. I don't know why. I know exactly why it's not improving, because we haven't really tackled the problems yet, right? In the beginning, we have, for example, like the GG stuff, right? how do I say this? Because of the way I approach art ever since the beginning of, instead of relying on my own skills, my own technical understanding of stuff like anatomy and like texture and everything, instead of relying on those things, I took other people's shapes, other people's poses and ideas, and I combine all the best parts together. The only skill that I leverage of my own is observation skills, which I guess ever since the beginning you have been practicing, right? So in a sense, that is my most sort of strongest skill. And what happens is that the art that is being produced is of a certain quality, right? Because of this copying and pasting, because of this ability to observe and transfer. So what happens in the beginning of this year is that for the most part, we're working on anatomy. And even though we did get a lot better at anatomy, right? With the sketching, with everything, we've gotten a lot faster, a lot more precise, a lot more sort of technically accurate. The thing is, it doesn't really translate out the other end, because even ever since the beginning, we already sort of are presenting art, finished art that appears to have good anatomy, that appears to have that skill there. So we haven't really tackled the main problem, which is shapes and colors. And that part, ever since the beginning, we've kind of struggled. And I'm still struggling because we've never practiced. So it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So despite having worked all this time, we're still struggling on the same thing. And this is why I don't think... That's why I'm so conflicted. Like everything is... I can see everything. I can see the reasons why things are the way they are. And I can see the way forwards. It's just that it's taking time. It's taking a lot of time. And... you know, it's a very slow process. And it just doesn't feel that nice. You always want it to be faster and so on and so forth. And so it's... But we're getting there, right? We're getting there. As we keep working on this, we are gonna get there. And I think it's kind of cool that at least I have a very good grasp of what is happening to me and why it's happening the way it is. It makes it so that I'm never really lost about what I should be doing, even if I feel really lost about what I'm currently doing, if that makes sense. And I think, yeah, like these are all actually very interesting pieces of information that I'm slowly... I don't know how useful these pieces of information is for other people, but for me, this is like absolutely insane nuggets of wisdom. Because if I was looking at art the way I'm looking at it now, I think I would have been able to work harder, a lot easier, just because I feel like I'm in control, even though the skills themselves are not so good. Because I know what's happening. I'm like, oh yeah, it's happening, this is happening, that's happening, you know? Otherwise, it feels like you're just banging your head on the wall every single day, and you're still banging your head on the wall. Like, it feels like you're, you know, like if you have to bang your head on the wall to get better, at least now I know which wall to bang on, kind of vibe. So, yeah, what I've gained out of the past 10, well, it's been 11 months now almost. It's actually really insane. It's actually very insane. And I wish, man, I wish I can just turn all of these into like a single cohesive, very comprehensive and easy to understand video from the beginning till the end. That would be the one video I would send to my past self 10 years ago. Because it would be so epic. And I 100% have confidence that I'll be ass level right now if I have that video. But anyways, let me write this down actually real quick. So spend a lot of time working. Proof feels bad, man. Yeah, the GG one, huh? Well, why do we have 8 likes? Damn, interesting. In the beginning, when we were just doing studies for like anatomy and stuff, I think it was always like 2 or 3 likes for the most part. I do really like blue, man. Like the blue, purple, red kind of zone is very nice, but guess we don't really have a space for it here. It would get a little bit too noisy. Yeah, there's not much I can do with overall adjustments, I don't think. Oh, it's on top. Oh, I have something. What is this? Delete? Yeah, I don't think any correction layer will make sense either, just simply because we have already... Like, the colors here is not really that free necessarily, right? It is a little bit tricky. We could, of course, maybe try something. Like, making very targeted changes. I actually don't know if that helps anything. The skin does feel like it's lacking, what's the word? Subsurface scattering. It does feel like that, though. It could be a little bit redder, I think, in certain areas. Although I need to check on my other monitor. Yeah, but I'm making the same I'm doing the same thing now, right? I'm just bringing it back. Because I previously desaturated it. Why am I bringing it back again, right? Yeah, I'm inclined to nuke it. Let's nuke it. What? Oh, it's here. I see. Let's not interfere with the eyes here. Music's too soft. Huh? I have like a heater beside me. It's really loud, so sometimes I cannot tell if it's too soft or not. Because I can't really hear the music anyways. Why is it so green? Can I do this? Nande? Why doesn't it change? Is it because of this? Oh, it is. I see. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not, right? Why not? We're lacking some effects. I'm gonna try stuff like chromatic aberrations and stuff. I don't think I can change the colors anymore. I don't really get to play with like weird stuff like the difference. I don't think it's gonna work. Let me try it. Because it's all gonna be too strong no matter what. Even if I just keep a little bit of it. Yeah, like shit like this. I would like shit like this. Maybe too colorful, but like it's too strong. There's nothing I can really use here. What else do I got? A bit of color dodge in the bottom might not be a bad idea. Of course, we use yellow or something. But yellow would need to be... It's probably too strong. 2%. It's not even noticeable. Yeah, maybe not. What else do I got? We can try the heart light thing that we saw online. We can give that a try. And damn George, it's just you and I today. We might as well be in the Discord. Come out. Very cool. Let me see. Let me see. Duplicate. Let's see. Duplicate. No, not duplicate, right? So I lock a layer on brightness. I change this to hard light. Turn this back on. Brightness needs to be orange just so that we set the brightness to the correct brightness. Oh, it's very colorful. Indeedos, bandidos. Oh, nice lag. Don't crash me, please. Oh, not hard light. Normal. Right. This is not hard light. Yeah, okay, nah, that's not gonna happen. Also, it's too difficult to do that, probably. Yeah, like, we can't do this, man. I can't do this. This is fucking insane. Wait, hang on. Yeah, it's just like deep fried nonsense. Like, okay, maybe, like, how do I say this? Let's say we just do the top, very top. Let's see if what would happen if I just do this. Because higher saturation, you know, maybe brings more attention. Maybe it's a good thing, you know? Maybe just a little bit, 20%. Is it noticeable? Not very. Just a little bit noticeable, perhaps. Yeah, I don't really like it. I think it's hard. Just because there's so many other elements here. I'm going to actually lighten the skin a little bit. Because the hair being that white. If I leave the skin as is, with the hair being that white, it feels like the skin is a bit tanner than the ref. Wait, let me check. Yeah, her skin is very white here. So let's keep the vibes the same here. The vibes are very important. Well, it's the only thing that truly matters. Drawing bad, like, yeah, bad technicals only really fails things because it destroys the vibes. What am I talking about? Anyways. Let me save this. Only the top, right? So actually, no, this is too much. Too much area being affected. I would just probably fix the face and only the face here. Ever so slightly, I think. Yeah, ever so slightly. It is green. Yeah, it is very Kuyashi this for this one. One more year, man. One more year. Yes, Layla, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I just need one more year to hopefully I hope one more year we're gonna go somewhere. So what is on top and what is below is the thing. I think the only thing on top is this thing. This is the only thing that goes on top, I think. Actually, given how simple the shoe is, I'm actually inclined to do like an outline for the text, so that it actually overlays on top of the foot. If it weren't this simple, I would have not done it, but I feel like this might be better. I don't know though. Let me see. So if I put on top, turn on this, and then I turn the text to, no, I need to rasterize it. Rasterize, and then I do what exactly? No, I can't do it like that, right? So I'm doing it manually then? So I guess I need to select this and do it manually then. I'm gonna expand selector area. 5. Kind of thick. I'll put a layer below and I'll put in like white or something. Delete that. No, not delete that. Take this, invert, mask, delete. Now I can get this sort of effect if I want. And then furthermore, I can lock it only to the character. So put this in here. You guys can't see all this operation, by the way, but so yeah, this locks the thing only to where the character has values and pixels and stuff. So I don't get like random white outlines on this part, for example, if I didn't have this thing on here. Yeah, the white outline there. This doesn't have it. It's kind of sus. I think it's kind of sus. Yeah, there's actually a lot of other possible concerns here. You know what? I should cut this early because the other thing I just remember is that, you know, everyone else speaks Japanese. This is all English, right? I was gonna make 2 versions that have both, but I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna throw it out and then I want to see his reaction first, because I think if we're gonna make changes, we might as well make it to their liking. But given what I know about them, I think it's rather unlikely that they will request anything specific. This will be what it looks like if we do it. The effect is a lot better than I thought, because they have the option to expand the selection with like sharp corners. Otherwise the rounding is gonna cause some issues, I think. Yeah. It looks alright. It's slowly... maybe it's the... Oh. Oh, that's interesting. I use sharpen on the shapes instead of drawing the white bars again. I don't know if I like that. It looks a little bit spicy. Oops, where is it? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, but anyways. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Because the whole time I've been feeling kind of bad about the render quality and this and that. But now over time, I think it's slowly starting to... I'm slowly starting to warm up to it a little bit more. Doesn't necessarily feel like the... that crappy. Definitely can be a lot better though. Oh, you know what? Actually keeping the edges like that might be interesting. Just the edges on the sides. That'll be interesting. Yeah, nice gimmick. Whatever. I want to push a chromatic aberration and then I want to see how it feels. And then that would be that, I think. So it's magenta and green, right? So what's this color? Okay, whatever this color is, it's gonna be our main one. Oh, wait a second, let me think. Actually, we might have issues like this. Because the background is wide. Or you should just give it a try. Because if you only do for the character, then the part that's outside of the character might have some issues. There's always some weird interaction there. If I recall correctly, but... I'll find out here. Yeah, it gets a bit darker or something. Is it just the other side actually? Yeah, but now we're introducing like cyan though. It's kind of... Is that a good idea? Also, the other thing I was considering is whether if this is appropriate for the character. But in general, the character is designed based on technology and stuff like that, so it should be fine. It's not like we're just putting this just because we want to get like be cool or something. Kind of justify it with everything, but I think even with that in mind, it should be fine. I'm trying to remove the blue, by the way. That's what I'm trying to. Maybe just on the fringes, I think maybe fine. Try not to be that strong with the blue. So let me see, with and without, let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's a bit of a darker outline. That's because we didn't move the back together with. Otherwise, that would be a little bit shinier, I think. It wouldn't be that dark, I think. You can always lock it to just where the character is. But then the effects of it is just... I guess it will only affect the stuff in the inside. Which is also fine, I suppose. So instead of focusing on outside, we can just do the inside. Let's see, transform mesh. Uppity, uppity. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's red. It's all red. Yeah, I love to just do this metallic bit here and leave everything else untouched, but it's a bit hard. Yeah, you know what? This is kind of it, I think. Maybe a little bit on the bottom. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, is that is that viable? Let me see. Color, right? Oh, but the locking is gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard. Alright, because I didn't do it the usual way. Okay, so what if I just do these instead? It wouldn't be that strong, but let me think, because it'll end up affecting the lines too. If I do the lines as well. It might be cool if we push the entire back with yellow. So what? If this was yellow, then what? Too strong, huh? Not nice though. How about green side? Green side yellow is still kind of dirty. Maybe not then. I'm missing a bit of glow, I feel like. Not glow dodge though. More like glow from the skin. Something to make the skin a little bit more radiant. Like a little bit more... Yeah, but this is wait, hang on. So the already aberration is here, right? What is this actually? I forgot. Mega. What is this unlock? It's not quite this though, right? It's like screen or something. Oh. I might be inherent bias, but... I might be overdoing. I cannot tell yet. I have to wait. Wait, actually, where's my CR? Oh, that is that. So CR is this, right? I can't even tell actually. To knock out the face entirely here. The eye locking, huh? So at this point, actually, we're failing that check. Ooh. Actually, I don't know if the colors would be true because of the setup here. This would have to be darker. Blue? Oh, it's just invulnerable. Oh, also because it is on that. Where's blue? Drop seat. Drop. Yeah, it's just basically already locked into that. Be a bit darker. Yes. Yeah, I hope I can do better for the Secret Santa one at least. Oh, because this bleeds across everything. Ah, I see. Wait, hang on a second. Is that a good idea or not a good idea, actually? I'm not sure. Probably not, right? We're still missing some elements too. Man, there's like so many things. So many things. Also, today I noticed that I mean, I've seen it before, but I just got reminded today when I went into the game that the three things on the head actually moves, right? Well, you guys wouldn't have known, but let's say your character moves, the avatar moves, the things, these three things lag behind, and then they have this green streak, this green line that sort of trails behind the movement. And that could have been a good thing to add in, I suppose, but it's a bit too late now. I don't see a good way of adding anything interesting that wouldn't also mess the comp, like change the comp up a little bit. And since I cannot evaluate things accurately right now, it's probably not a good idea to mess about. I have to find a way to put the other stuff here, the actual text and stuff. Oh, another Uma passes away. Let's see. Very sad. Oh, hello, Silver. I'm pretty sure the YouTube viewer count that I see, I don't know what you guys see, but the one that I see most likely is tied to activity in the, maybe like on the YouTube page or something, because it keeps reporting like 1 or 2 people only, but there's clearly more than 1 or 2 people here. That's interesting. Ooh. What am I looking for? Oh, right. The socials that I need to put at the bottom. How am I gonna fit it in though? I never really thought about this, but this is kind of like big, right? Like, so if I put in text here, it's gonna go really far. And I don't know how to fit it in. Yes, Silver. I appreciate it. It makes a big difference that you guys come in, drop by once in a while. Even if it's not every time, right? Like, even just once in a while. Because like the old, you know, the last time I tried doing something like this was on Twitch, right? And then that only lasted for 55 or 56 streams, so we're almost 5 times that now. And that's because you guys are here. So thank you. As always. How's your migraine, Silver? Has it been getting better? Now now it becomes a just chatting stream. Man, I need to figure out what to do with this stupid thing at the bottom. I think it's actually a little bit big, but then given the purpose of this, having it big is probably a good idea too. Hang on, what's view print size? Let's see. Yeah, it's already kind of small. If this was printed, this is still kind of small. It hasn't gotten better, Silver? I see. I mean, I do believe you did mention in the very beginning that it's not something that gets better, right? But I was just hoping that maybe it might have. But, I see, Silver. I mean, I cannot even imagine. Like, migraines are... I mean, people have said that migraines are... Like, they would rather die than have it again. So, it definitely is gonna... I suppose it would be very... energy sappy. I'm trying to find my words here. I don't know how to... You get my point. I hope. Yeah. Oh, right, I haven't even fixed these things yet. Oh my god, there's so many things left to fix there. You still have these arrows that I want to fix, and the cross and the plus signs, these have to be fixed. And also the bar at the side, and the menu icon at the top. Oh my god. Somehow. No, let's spend the remaining time fixing those things, I suppose. Now let's fix the stuff that's easy to fix, I guess. Where's my scroll bar? Here. My arrows? Here. Cool. Hello, Abajungus. What's that silver? Let me see. A little history showed people back then actually, you know. I see. Whether they did kick the bucket afterwards. Yeah. There were a few times in my life where I felt like a weird shooting pain. It's like a thunderclap. It's like a thunder, like a lightning strike. Like just happens and then it just booms like in the side of your head. And it's like a sharp, sudden kind of pain. It's there for a second and it's gone. I can only imagine like a migraine would be something like that, but continuous. That would be fucking insane. But yes, Abajang, because we're not necessarily making, like, I'm not like, this is not a commission, this is not anything. This is just, I have a friend in VR chat who is making his character of at least 4 years based on his Twitter history into a avatar. VR chat avatar. It's taken him at least a better part of this year, if not more than this year. And he's just currently trying to get people to draw for him because he's about to release it. And let me see if I can find like the other people's stuff, other people's art here. And I do believe his, there's a little bit spicy in from his past. Wait, why is it only his stuff? I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's other people's stuff that drew some fan art. And I think yeah, so I'm basically kind of doing the same thing, but the thing got feature creep as I slowly started to add more and more elements to this, and it's bloated into this. So yeah, we just have to rat some stuff out here, specifically some of these upscaling of the pixels, because I originally did the what's it called, the rough in a very small version, like it's a very small thing in the beginning. Where is it? I guess I don't have it here anymore. Oh, I do have it. It's this small compared to the current size. It's like 5 times smaller or something. And I also need to put the socials in here for him, and then that's it. He didn't request for this, so I'm actually not even sure how receptive he would be. He has seen the original sketch of the character, but as far as I know, I don't know if he's actually seen the entire thing, like even with the rough stages. But creeps to different parts of your noggin. The majority of the time stays in one part or more. Oh my god, super. Yeah, like how do I say this? Like in many ways, this feels like what he is similar in the sense that he has a character that he has had for a really long. Like it's like you have different types of artists, right? You have the kind that doesn't draw any OCs. They just draw the characters that they like from anime, from VTubing, from anywhere else, right? From other IPs. Then you have the ones that really like making OCs, where they have tons and tons and tons of OCs. But then you have the ones where you only really have 1 or 2, and they're always circling around this 1 or 2. And because I'm more on this side of the board rather than anywhere else, him having only 1 character and having only 1 character, if you scroll down through his Twitter, you can see that it has been like that for a while, right? So in a sense, working on this character feels like I'm working on my own. I don't know what this character means, what this character means to him specifically, how important or like how it came about. I would love to talk to him about it sometime, but the thing is our time never really lines up, so it's really hard to get a hold of him. Never mind asking him really long questions, but so I'm hoping that maybe one day I can ask like what's up, you know. So yeah, I feel like if I cannot work on my own character, at least I can work on this character for them. My own character is not like I don't want to, it's just that she's really hard to work with. Not because she's hard to work with, just because, yeah, when things get too emotionally invested, it's just really hard to move, right? Everything feels like it's not good enough, everything feels like it might be wrong. And I just like freaking stuck, 100%. Anyways, if you guys want to check out their stuff or follow them, because they are releasing this character for free. As far as I know, it's for free. I've been saying that for a while, but I'm now starting to doubt myself because I've only heard them say it once, and it's been like a month at least. But however, Jenga, you got 20 characters. Yeah, like having more characters, having less characters, I think they all have their really good benefits. I'm starting to understand the value of having more and more OCs, because, like, you know, you have one OC is you have to work on just like developing them, but once you have multiple OCs, it becomes like, hey, what is each OC's sort of area of expertise? What is the, for example, if you give them a deadly sin, what would that deadly sin be? And then all of a sudden it becomes a lot easier to build a world around it, because you have all these players that are different. And that's why I think maybe next week, hopefully I can already bring my new character in, so that I can actually start working on some stuff a little bit easily on stream and not have to be so stressed out all the time with my current OC, I think. Man, maybe she'll be sad to hear that I'm saying that it's stressful, but actually no, I don't think she'll give a fuck. But yeah, no, I don't think she gives a fuck. A girl with a bee helmet and turns out an outfit that's nice. Yeah, silver. Very nice. Yeah. I wonder what the character's background would be like, you know. You can make her like a bee girl, or she could be like a human girl that's just really into bees, and, you know, like, and then she's so into it that she's just making like the buzzing noise with her mouth every time she moves. She does that buzz 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 as she moves. It'd be also kind of be interesting in that regard. I still need to find words here. Also, I don't think these are lined up. Are these lined up? No, it's slowly drifting up, right? Slowly drifting up. This is so hard. What are you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Where's my cross, dude? Where is the cross? Is it here? Where the hell's the cross, dude? How's it not in this folder? Oh, it's outside. Oh, it's the... Oh, I see. It's two separate sets. Oof. Oh shit, Duvet, you're here. Duvet, you know, like, if you can't make it, that's completely fine. You don't have to like rush in just at the last minute to finish your dailies. I hope, I mean, I'm sure you know that's how I feel about it, but like, I just want to reaffirm you that personally, having dailies and stuff really nags at me a lot. So I would find it really annoying if I were in your position, because it becomes something I have to do. But you know, if you're enjoying it, for sure, by all means, we have a dedicated space for you to do this. Duvet's dailies. I gotta remember to put it in the Discord thread as well. There you go. I like the vibes already. I like the vibes, but the colors give me the same vibes that I get from my own colors. There's a sense of color bleeding through the shapes because of airbrushes. like this yellowish hue is kind of bleeding through all of these shapes and going up, and I don't like that personally. That's the thing that I want to avoid. What did you do? No, I think Duvet is saying, is in response to what I was saying. I was saying, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I'm trying to be a white girl. So I think he's not talking about you. I think like the next step that I'm gonna focus on, but either colors or render. If it's colors, then it would be to achieve this level of what you call it, control, because they have the mood across really well. Everything has a really clear theme to the colors. There's a clear mood, and then the values and everything tells a story, and I think that's really nice. If we can at least bring the values and the colors up to this level, then we can move on to the next one. You know, if we're doing colors first, that is. Then we can... actually, we should probably do colors first. Just because without colors, without the values part, it's really hard to paint shapes anyways, right? We need to have enough stuff to work with. Because otherwise I end up with like just two shapes like this, if I don't know what to do with the colors. So I guess colors first is probably a... I mean, like, then again, if I'm working on values and shapes and forms, it just means I'm studying other people's photos. Yeah, so actually I can still do either first. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, forget what I'm saying. This is very long. Oh yeah, this is very long. I think if you guys want to see this, you probably have to get ChatGPT to translate it. Because even for me to translate this, it's gonna take quite a while. But basically, they're asking about the... So yeah, like whether if you want to translate this with ChatGPT also depends on whether if this is interesting to you. But basically, this guy in the marshmallow is saying that, hey, I really want to draw characters with very grand backgrounds, right? What's the word? Grandeur. But basically, you have a lot of space, you have a lot of distance and stuff like that. And he was wondering how he was having issues with showing distance and showing space and showing that atmospheric perspective, essentially. And I was asking him specifically about, like, I think vertical sort of vertical distance. I don't know, in this case they mean like a portrait, like portrait versus landscape, or do they mean like, you know, like having a landscape comp but still having this vertical sort of space, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because having like a vertical proportion like this, I don't know what to call orientation, right? Orientation like this versus having it horizontal but the space itself is in the vertical axis or something. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but then this explanation is basically the composition, the I'm assuming, yeah, there's values here, there's composition, foreground, middle ground, background. This is what it says. So this is saying the four elements of atmospheric perspective, I would imagine. It says space here, but you know, to put it into context, it would be atmospheric perspective. You have foreground, middle ground, background. You have values. You have what we call atmospheric perspective, right? But this is kind of tied in with the values, right? Or it's actually, no, sorry, this is actually talking about brightness. This is talking about lighting. So I think they're talking specifically about using lighting to cut the different planes up to show the foreground, middle ground, background, perhaps. Because it's really hard to break everything up 100% clean. So I think there's some overlap here. Then atmospheric perspective, which then affects the values. And then this is the setting. This is an interesting point. I don't know how to explain this. I don't even fully understand it. The words themselves specifically mean the setting, like of your thumb, of what you're trying to show. But like, I think what they're saying is kind of like the situation of what you're trying to present. And the same colors, for example, in this case, blue. That's what the bottom left is saying. They're saying that it's all blue, but the mood is very different. And I guess, right, one's indoors, so maybe it feels a little bit crampier, a little bit like damper, a little bit colder. Whereas the other one doesn't necessarily feel cold, but like maybe a little bit cooler, not as cold, and then it's like open air, and I don't know, like I don't fully get it, but anyway, that's the 4 elements there. Yeah, I think we need to stabilize colors to this level first. So it's easy to, like, if we want a specific mood and then like we can quickly just blur something out because we have a set of a palette in our head already. I think that part is kind of very torturous right now. Not having like a good set of colors to just go to. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, it makes a lot more sense, right? Because even if you do have to change the colors to suit the situation there, but like if having something to just start off of is it's gonna help a lot. It's like starting off with boxes for anatomy, and then you change the individual shapes based on like, say, muscle interactions and stuff like that. Yeah. Just practice more lighting situations, I guess. Maybe even with the same environment. Anyways, thank you, Duvet. I forgot if I thanked you yet, but for your daily contributions here. It's all very moody. Like the colors are all very in one sort of direction. It's all blue, it's all green, it's all red. So it makes it very moody. The low value contrast plus all the cohesive one. But I guess like this is also pretty moody. Is moody defined by low contrast? So like low value contrast and low color contrast? Like in this case here, like the colors are... But this is orange though, as complement. So it's not that then. Huh. I wonder if we can put it into words one day. Like, cause these are very clearly like all sort of bluish tint. I guess maybe the orange here is being perceived as some kind of like tinted yellow. I don't know. Would I say then this is not moody just because it's more colors? I don't know. Anyways, have a good night, George. Wait, the line art is really clean though. But the final doesn't look as, I guess it's a contrast thing. Like the edges are not clear, so it feels like it's very blurry to me. Oh, but the lines are also gone. Oh yeah, okay, so it's sort of missing that strong separator between all the different parts. Yeah, the lines are very faded. I see it. Yeah, but this is within the like the realms of assessing it, so it's actually nothing too new, I guess. Anyways, cheers to Bay. Thank you for another banger of a daily here. What? What's that? Oh, it's here. Oh wait, before I do that, actually I need to scale this according to this. Why is it not aligned? But I guess the original stuff is too low quality and then a lot of pixels get shifted and I bumped it up. Okay. Kind of small. Let's leave it small for now. I can make it big later. Just need the placeholder for now. Yeah, it's a little small. It's not very aligned either. I don't know if this is implying it correctly, because I've seen menus where it starts off as like a plus or something, and then when you click it, it rotates into a cross. So that's what I'm trying to imply here. But if you've never seen it, it might not click, because a picture doesn't move, right? So it's kind of hard to demonstrate that. But if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. We are operating at our limits here, so there is going to be a little bit of a gap, so to speak, to the ideal. Oh, there you go. Very big. Right, let's lock. Blue. And then shift. Drop. Copy. Shift. Am I lined up? It's still kind of lined up, right? So it's fine. Let's do drop, copy, shift. Cool. And then drop, and then lock, and then black. And turn this back on. No problems there. Background sequence. Put it on it. Alright. I need a copy of this. That. Next up. Back. Push. They are kind of floating around. They don't feel like they're locked to any grids. Because even if we don't show grids, things are always locked to some kind of gridding, I think. Unless we're too disorganized. What does the original look like? Oh, it's basically the same spot, okay. Very cool. What are you having, Circle? Locking is available, yes sir. Alright, I'm gonna purge this. I don't want anything extra here. I could have just used that layer. It's alright. I see, Circle. Well, I mean, I still don't know what you're eating, but like, I guess you really like that, huh? Wagyu. I see, I remember now. Man, it's a good thing that there's becoming more and more of you guys that I'm actually starting to forget some of the details. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about the Live 2D stuff in the past, but then the plan was to have like a Live 2D character who just kind of sits there and she would look at chat and interact with chat. You guys can talk to the character if you want, and I'm just gonna do my thing, right? So even if I am focused, you guys can still have someone to talk to. And of course, as I don't know how people feel about like an artist using like ChatGPT to make like a AI VTuber and stuff like that. So that's that. But like, but the plan was that like if I can grab all the chats that everyone, like everything that everyone has ever said in all my streams, my 233 streams, we can keep a bit of a history so you guys can talk to her about stuff that happened in the past, and then she will also know like what kind of like person you guys might be, what you guys like to draw, like stuff like that, right? Anything that you have shared. Then you guys can have like a chat. And I'm just gonna do my own shit. Oh man. That's what the whole Live 2D project was, that it was meant to be driven programmatically. The coding part I think is the easy part, but the rigging part is the hard part, because character design cannot get tied down. Actually, now that if I'm gonna release my new, do my new character design and stuff, actually she would be fine, I think. What am I doing? I just need to rotate it. Yeah, maybe I need double the set of lines in order to hold this, because otherwise, like, it's... Oh my god. これにしよう。はい。Okay. Oh, it's kind of like broken. Yeah, it's good for moving fast. I use it to move fast at work, so that I have time to do this thing after work. Otherwise, it's gonna be very bad. Do I want it like this? It's very rigid and it's kind of weird to do this. Rigid. Rigid. Oui. Oui. Oui, oui. Maybe I can move this down instead. Oops. What am I doing? Why is it not moving? Oh. Maybe I can design like a. I can. Wouldn't be a bad idea to flesh out this new character. Get someone else to rig it because now is the stakes are a lot lower. I don't have to be the one that rig this character. Then I can focus on doing some training, setting up the programming, and then we can still get like a live 2D character in the bottom, talking to you guys without having to be too distracted again. Yeah, you know what? I can try to work that angle because I do have a unique opportunity to just talk to a bunch of artists in the game here. Maybe I can find someone who would be who's doing it. But yeah, live 2D riggers are pretty rare in game, I think. Oh, what is that? What is that? What did you got? What did you find? What did you find? Keep. Keep. Where's my thing again? Is that you? Oh, it is you. What if I just do that instead? And then I shorten this line. So how do I do this? Album seller? I see. Humma. Hello, Duvet. Should I just autopilot? Autopilot syndrome. Yeah, Nagi. Oh man, I haven't heard that name for a long time. Oh, do you mean this one? This is the first one in the list. Is that what it's called? Artist. 誰ですかね? Probably not it. Oh. Free illustrator, character designer. And then for Heaven Burns Red, I think we found your artist. There you go. If you want the artist. I don't know if you want it. But not my kind of style, I think. I'll say that. I've got enough followers, and also they did mention this explicitly over here, so I should have the right person, I think. Man, they did a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Very cool. Kind of stuck on this design here. Turn it on the side. Ew. Disgusting. I actually don't know. Maybe it's a good idea. I'm not sure. Oh, I see it lining up. I cannot have that. どれですかね? Oh my god. ちっちゃいのそれ. Oh, bigger? Just shift it a little bit. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's an OCD thing. I feel like these two are lined up, the top and the bottom, but it's not, right? This is here, and this is way above the text, so still weird fixation on that sort of alignment. Anyways, I don't know where to go from here. Considering if I'm not doing anything else for the character, then this is kind of it. I think I just have to sit on this for some color balancing checks, so I can figure out if I like what I'm seeing here. On the design stuff, I probably just oh yeah, I haven't fixed the text at the bottom, but it's getting kind of late. I'll probably just do it off stream or like tomorrow before stream or something. I think tomorrow, what am I gonna do tomorrow? I need a quick reset first, because before we start jumping into the next complex thing, like maybe rendering or something, I'll just do some sketches like we always do. Oh, I forgot the fingers in the back. I'll just do some sketches like we always do. And then right, and then we'll go from there. Let's see how I feel. I'm gonna get motivated to do something, I hope, and then at that point we'll be able to know what our next steps are. I feel like this leg should be new completely, and then maybe we can have the light just on one part of it. It feels a bit more cohesive. Otherwise, the leg is just lit there for no reason. It's kind of weird. Yeah, there's like a line there. I don't like that, but whatever, man. It's meant to be a sketch anyway. So, and then there should be colors here too, I guess, like shadows. And here. Yeah, but like once the shadows go in, it looks so dark. Like everything is so strongly colored. So I don't really know if I like it. It is what it is. So we did this and then we finalized that. Well, I'll just do more sketches, I guess, for a bit. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. I feel like the past 2 weeks has been kind of like laster, just because I've been going back and forth about a lot of things, and I'm not sure. And then in the end, I kind of just stopped trying a little bit. As long as we keep drawing, hopefully it'll get better. So I'll see you tomorrow for more of the same. Well, for hopefully more of like better stuff instead of the same thing. But have a good night, guys. Thank you guys for coming. Goodbye.